All right, fellas, for you boys that might be considering testosterone replacement therapy, or for you guys that have just recently started, it can be a very daunting thing when you rock up to the pharmacist with your prescription from your specialist to get your testosterone and all the paraphernalia. You get handed two massive bags of stuff. So this video today is to take you through what you get and what it might be used for, and to understand that it's actually not that daunting. Okay, so let's get into it. So what do we have in bag number one? All right, let's go through the needles and syringes and all that stuff first. So yeah, that's bag number one. Okay, so first bag can be quite daunting. It's like, oh Jesus, look at all these needles and syringes I have. So you have needles, these are the syringes first. And this is what you're going to be drawing the liquid into that you'll be using for your testosterone replacement therapy. These particular ones are 1 ml and they contain 1 ml of liquid. There is varying sizes, it just depends on what you'll be taking. Typically when you're on TRT, you're on a low dose of testosterone. So if you have used testosterone in the past for non-TRT uses, you would probably have had a bigger syringe. Not that we'd know much about that now. So that's your syringes first of all. Then you have your needles. And again, what the fuck? Look at all these needles. So you have two sizes of needle. So you have a real narrow one and then a thicker one. The thicker one is used to draw the fluid out, to draw the testosterone out, because normally a TRT dosage of testosterone is in an oil and that makes it slow release into the body. So you need a thicker needle to draw it in to the syringe first. And I'll do another video on this anyway to show you how all this works. But you'll draw it in here and then you'll swap it over, put on the smaller needle and then pop it into your shoulder, your arse, wherever it is you're injecting. As I said, I will make another video on that. So that's your needles, and then you have alcohol wipes to keep everything clean. And again, let me get one out. So an alcohol wipe would be used to clean the top of the product and also the site that you're about to inject in. Because, listen, the fear of getting a bacteria or an infection is high. You just got to be smart about what you're doing. Okay, so that is bag number one. That is the paraphernalia that you'll be using to inject yourself. Okay, so that is that. All right, what is in bag number two? Well, we have got our products. Let me take everything out here. And we have got a sharps container. So I'll come back to the sharps container in a second. Okay, so we have two products. We have our HCG. Ladies watching this video, you will be familiar with HCG. It's a fertility product, a fertility peptide, which boosts luteinizing hormone in the body. And for men, taken in smaller doses will help keep your own testosterone production going, because yes, using testosterone will eventually end up in your own production shutting down. Extended use of testosterone will end up in your own testosterone production shutting down. And I know for a lot of men out there, that is their main reason for not wanting to go on this. But this is what you got to understand about your own testosterone anyway. From the age of 30, it's been declining. From the age of 40, it's shooting down. From the age of 50, it's getting lower and lower and lower. Your own testosterone production is shutting down at a slow rate anyways. And my philosophy around testosterone replacement therapy is, once you go so far down the tunnel of low testosterone and loss of muscle mass and cognitive decline, you're not coming back from there. Starting TRT when you're 55 or 60 doesn't reverse the clock back. All this does is pause the clock and make you feel that little bit better for where you are now. But if you let yourself go too far declined, there's no coming back from that. you can argue that one with me if you want, but this is not a silver bullet. This is not a magic pill. So I feel a lot of guys are just leaving it off until it's like, right, I'm waiting until my fucking balls drop off my body and then I'll start using it. If that's the way you want to go about it, I can't change your mind, but in this scenario, prevention is better than cure. Okay, so again, I'll make another video of the frequency of how you would take these. Again, that's going to be very different from person to person, but this is testosterone cypionate. It is an oil-based testosterone, a slow-release ester. You would typically take this, and the testosterone that you would inject would last about 7 days in the system before you would have to top it up. But sometimes with testosterone replacement therapy, it's you're having it more frequently because you don't want big spikes and big troughs in your hormone replacement, because that will make you feel very unwell. You'll have high highs and then super low lows. We want to get your blood serum level at a constant. And as I said, your HCG is for you guys out there that will be worried about fertility when it comes to going on your TRT. HCG is the way to keep your own production going while on TRT. Now, if you've had all the kids that you want to have had and you're done with that, you don't need the HCG anymore. Okay, so that is something to understand. And finally, you got your sharps container. This is normally a bastard of a thing to open. Yeah, can I? No, I'm not going to be able to open it. Yeah, it's too... Oh, I have it sealed already and it doesn't need to be sealed. Well, anyway, there you go. This is your sharps container. Every time you use a needle, they will not be reused. Do not ever think you can reuse a needle. Once it's used. Hence why you have a shit ton of them. And then they will be disposed of within this wee container. And boys, that is it. That is what you would typically get if you are getting your prescription for the first time. Now, getting your second prescription, you will more than likely just be getting these, and therefore your prescription will be a lot more manageable. It's just your start out prescription is going to contain all of this shit, and it can be very, very daunting when you begin. Lads, if you have any questions about testosterone replacement therapy, where your local specialist would be to contact to start this, if you're a candidate to start this and how it might work for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Women nowadays have hormone replacement therapy. They've had it for years. In Ireland now it's free on the HSE. This is the same idea as hormone replacement therapy for women, except it's not spoke about for men. You go through it too. Your hormones decrease with time. Lads, don't let yourself shrink into mediocrity. Look after yourselves. Giddy up.